Alright, welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about Lauren Cohan's show, Whiskey Cavalier, getting canceled, and will she return to The Walking Dead Season 10? Now, there's a lot to cover here, but right off the bat, I just want to say a quick summary. If you don't know the full details, we don't know specifically what she wanted, but she wanted a bump up in pay, let's say $10. And AMC was like, nah, we'll pay you $8. So she said, all right, you know what? I'll go and look for a show. My agent's telling me I'm hot right now. I can have the pick out of anything. I could be the lead. You'll make better money. This is better for my career. Whoop-de-whoop. So she bounces out, but leaves it open-ended to where she can return at pretty much any point in time, as long as her schedule provided. Now, a lot of people said Whiskey Cavalier would go into Season 2 maybe, Season 3 maybe. There's a handful of people that really liked Whiskey Cavalier, but I think this was an easy one to call as a fail. Just by the initial trailer, it just looked generic, updated 1990s TV. I mean, I don't know if this is on AMC, ABC, CBC, DBD, DDD, BBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, all you're doing is maybe for some of it works, but all you're doing is regurgitating the same generic crap that's been on TV. That's not my style of show. I don't watch this kind of show, but I can only imagine it is becoming stale and overdone at this point in time. They got to spice it up a bit. If you are interested, and this is what's concerning me the most, I have a fear that the entertainment industry is flooded with friends giving friends jobs or family and friends giving family and friends jobs. We know nepotism, I think it's called. We know that is always a problem in pretty much any field, right? I've worked at restaurants where nepotism was an issue. Anyway, there has to be a serious shortage of talent, or it's nepotism, friends giving friends jobs, friends giving family jobs, because this was the pick of the litter. This was the best of the best they had to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not just, as someone who loves entertainment, it is my favorite escape, both movies, TV, stories in general, video games. It's my absolute favorite escape from the realism of life. You know, when you want to escape life for an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 24 hours, I love stories and whatever. If this was the best of the best, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. TV's in trouble. I know there's a few fans that like the show and they were like, damn it, why was it canceled? I saw one tweet where someone was like, Grey's Anatomy's on TV and this is canceled, that's blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about either shows, but I do know this. Look at the tweets that they get on Twitter, Whiskey Cavalier. I think they get like 100 favorites, you know? Grey's Anatomy gets thousands and thousands. There's just more fans. It's just that simple. There's more people watching one than the other. There wasn't a lot of interest in this. You can see it. If you go online right now, you can see the internet interest itself is low. It's very low. So it makes sense why this got canned. Now, here's the thing. Will she return to The Walking Dead? The Walking Dead has already started filming. It's in Season 10. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the filming schedule just because I wait for official stuff to get released, because sometimes when I try to stay up to date with the filming dates, spoilers end up getting in the mix. So I just avoid it all. I know they already started filming. I did a video on it. They're probably on like episode 2 right now, maybe episode 1, episode 2. I forget. It was a week or so ago. So let's say they're on episode 2. Let's say they have the first half outlined for sure, and the first few episodes completely written or scripted. At the very least, we're saying, if she can return, it most likely will be a triumphant out of nowhere. Rescue, heroic, important, a return that gets the blood going and gives us some hope. And it most likely would be in the second half. I mean, I can see that. Maybe she returns in the finale of Season 8, like the last few minutes, or maybe even the last episode 7 into 8, something like that. Like I said, they're in 2. If she's just having a return moment, they can definitely squeeze that in the mid-season finale. The Whisperer War is going to kick off. depending on how long it is, I think it will be the whole season for the Whispers. It makes sense that the first half of the season is going to be the Cold War aspect, and then the second half of the season will be the actual war aspect, with things heating up, shit popping off, and then the actual war starts. It should be a lengthy war, not like All Out War. This is very different, but it should be a lengthy war as far as there's a lot going on, and it should take up at least 2 or 3 episodes, even the destruction afterwards. So the war itself and the destruction, we need to see a little bit about afterwards. So I would imagine her returning somewhere around the mid-season premiere or finale. Sounds about right, if she's coming back. And I'll close it out on the big reason why I'm not sure if she will come back. I skimmed through this article, and there's the articles, everyone's just guessing at this point. Here's my main concern. Now, I've never been behind the scenes doing negotiations for TV shows and all this shit. I've done it in different industries, but not, in Hollywood, so I'm not sure how this goes down. But I just know, being like a manager or supervisor in different fields, but if we had a person who wanted pay and they took another job and that blew up in their face and then they came back, there's going to be egos. Sometimes that person's not going to want to come back, Sometimes that person's just going to be like, if their career's hot, if they can attach to something else and yada, 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 they might do that. Returning in a way, and this is beef behind the scenes. If you feel disrespected because you didn't get the pay you asked for, and you feel like, they don't think you're worth that, imagine going on to another show, it fails completely, and you're the lead, and you come back and you're like, okay, fine, I'll take whatever you can give me. Would AMC even pay her what the initial offer was? Again, we're talking about egos behind the scenes. What if whoever is making those deals is saying, nah, you bounced and fans got all uppity. We had to deal with it. We smoothed it over. We survived you leaving. You ain't coming back here being like, let me get this, let me get that, let me get... I believe she is in good... I believe she is in good, what's the word I'm looking for? She's in good with Angela Kang, the showrunner. I believe she's in good with the cast. I believe she's in good with the crew. We haven't heard anything otherwise. I believe that is a Walking Dead family. Where I'm not sure the relationships spill over is on the corporate level with AMC. I'm sure there's a few people in AMC. I don't know everybody. I kind of stop at the cast and crew. I don't go above to see how that kind of works. I don't even know if there's information out there to even do like a behind the scenes look at what that structure is. But imagine if one of the people calling the shots was like, nah, man, she bounced. It was rocky for us. Fuck it. You know what I mean? She wanted $10 before. We were going to pay her $8. Now we'll pay her $3. Take it or leave it, That's another thing with being in Hollywood. This might ruin the image for people looking for her, and they could be like, yo, you were hot. You were on fire last year. But that was last year. You know what I mean? This year, nah, we got our eyes on someone else or this or that. She might not be as hot. So it could be where she's in a worse position, so she wouldn't want to do it as far as pay-wise and ego-wise, dealing with or just... accepting that you know what I mean? And again, I don't think this is fact, not that I know of about any of this. That is what I as a fan am worried about. There's going to be ego shit behind the scenes that would complicate her return. Anyway, there's probably a bunch. I'm off the rails with this one. There's probably a bunch that I could cover, but I just had so many people ask me to make a video about this. I thought this would be a quick announcement. We did it the other day. Whiskey Cavalier was canceled. Whoop-de-whoop. Because from this point on, it's just speculation. But I haven't heard anyone talk about, behind the scenes with contracts and egos and this, that, and a third. So I'm not sure how this is going to fall, but I don't feel too good about it. Even if she does return, I feel like it's at the earliest... in the middle of the season 10, maybe late season 10 or season 11, somewhere around there, if I had 3 choices to pick. So you guys put your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. I'm done talking, so it's your turn.